Now, the next speaker on my list is the distinguished delegate of the Republic of Korea, Her Excellency Deputy Minister. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Excellencies, and distinguished delegates. Let me first thank the Austrian chairmanship for the warm hospitality and the OSCE Secretariat for the excellent work in organizing this ministerial meeting. Korea highly appreciates the achievement made by the OSCE in this year of transformation and greatly values its cooperation with the OSCE. I'd like to reaffirm my new government's commitment to continue the strengthening and expanding its cooperation with the OSCE, and in this regard, I would like to highlight 3 areas of the Korea-OSCE cooperation. First, Korea will continue to increase its level of contribution to support OSCE activities in emerging security challenges. Its decision to host the Inter-Regional Conference on Preventing and Countering Violent Extremism and the Radicalization that lead to terrorism to be held in the first half of next year in Seoul is the case in point. Second, with the goal of mitigating tension in the region, the OSCE has served as the platform for dialogue and cooperation. This is the kind of regional cooperation architecture that the volatile Northeast Asia desperately needs and yet has failed to build. In this context, Korea has been pursuing a vision of cultivating the habit of cooperation and dialogue in the region. The latest version, proposed by my new government, is to establish a Northeast Asia platform for peace and cooperation. Korea appreciates the OSCE's participation as a dialogue partner for the 2017 Northeast Asia Peace and Cooperation meeting last November. Korea is more than eager to learn from OSCE, one of the most exemplary models and a major source of the inspiration. The third, OSCE has always been a great partner in supporting the Korean government's persistent efforts to resolve the North Korean issue. The OSCE has sent out a strong message urging North Korea to refrain from further provocations. Despite international community's concerted demand and warnings, and to our great disappointment, North Korea launched yet another ballistic missile last week. My government will firmly respond to North Korean provocations with the sanctions and pressure, and at the same time, remain persistent and patient in our diplomatic efforts to bring North Korea back to the negotiating table for the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. To this end, Korea hopes to further strengthen its ties with the OSCE until North Korea finally abandons its nuclear and missile programs. Mr. Chair, before concluding my remarks, I would like to draw your attention to the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympic Games, which Korea will host in 2 months' time. Korea sincerely wishes that the 2018 Winter Olympics will provide an opportunity for lifting the final curtain of the Cold War in the region and promoting peace and cooperation around the world, as the 1988 Seoul Olympics did 30 years ago by uniting the East and the West through the sports. Taking this opportunity, I would like to ask all the OSCE participating states and the partner countries to join hands for making Pyeongchang Olympic Games a platform for peace and cooperation in Asia and beyond. I thank you, Mr. Chair.
I thank you, Your Excellency. And